Welcome back. My name is Ted Delsima with the Wilkie D Ferguson Junior Bar Association, and this is video 2, where we're going to discuss what is the cost breakdown for me to take the LSAT. So, when considering the LSAT, there's 2 ways to pay for it. The first way, obvious way, out of pocket. The second way is a waiver application. In this video, we're going to talk about both ways for you to cover the cost of the LSAT. Now, the first way, out of pocket. What does that look like? Got my handy dandy iPad with some numbers, and we're going to do some quick math. Right? I know a lot of people say attorneys don't like numbers. Maybe I'm the exception. So if you want to pay for the LSAT out of pocket, your first option, the registration fee. For 2025, the registration fee for the LSAT is $238. Then you have to pay $207 for your Credential Assembly Service fee, or CAS. Essentially what CAS is a system that gathers all your information, your transcripts, letters of recommendation, your test reports, puts it in one neat package and sends it off to the law schools of your choosing. Then the third payment is you have to pay $45 for each law school you want to send your CAS package, or essentially you want to apply to. So you have $238 just for the registration fee. You have a one-time $207 for the CAS program, and then you have $45 for each school you want to apply to. So for instance, let's say you want to apply to just 2 schools. From the bottom line, it's going to cost you $535. On average, students apply to 5 schools. Let's say you're in Florida, and Florida has at least 5 schools. You have University of Miami, you have FSU, you have UF, you have Stetson, you have Berry, you have FIU, you have Ave Maria. I mean, there's at least 5 schools just here in Florida. So if you want to apply for 5 schools alone, that's $225. Now, that's just the out-of-pocket cost, right? So when you're thinking about out-of-pocket, I would say a conservative amount is just $1,000. And that's just to take the test and to send your test results out. That doesn't include what we're going to talk about later on in the video, which is additional costs, such as prep courses, such as tutoring, such as books, materials, exams, all the other costs associated with taking this test. The second way to pay for the LSAT is through the Law School Admissions Council, or LSAT. We're going to use a lot of acronyms. We have LSAT, obviously, which is the exam. And then we have LSAC, which you're going to have to register for, which pretty much sets you up to take the LSAT. So the second way, as I mentioned earlier, is the waiver process through the LSAC, the Law School Admissions Council. Now, what the waiver process is, and we're going to use my handy dandy iPad, it provides free CAS, which is reporting. It provides a waiver for the CAS, and it also provides free registration for a number of schools. So that's a savings in of itself. Going back to what I said earlier, you have to pay $45 for each school you want to send your package to, and the CAS is a $207 one-time payment. So by applying for the waiver, you get both of those costs for free, essentially. And by applying for the waiver, you also get the LSAT registration costs, $238 for free. So you're saving at least $535. Now, the waiver process is fairly simple, and there's also an appeal if you get denied. The process is based on your income level, whether you have a financial hardship. They're gonna ask for documents such as your pay stubs, maybe your financial aid award letter, and it's a free process you can do on the LSAC website. Once you apply for the waiver, you're gonna get a decision. If the decision's favorable, cheers. You know why? Because you're saving money, you're already a student, you don't have to worry about it, and it's all there for you. If the decision's not favorable, then you could appeal the decision, and then the LSAC will come back and tell you whether or not they've approved your appeal. Now, to reiterate everything I've said, we know what the LSAT is. We know the LSAT is a 3-hour standardized test that's multiple choice. We know that the test has 4 sections, and one of those sections is a unscored writing sample, which we're gonna take serious. And we know that it costs money to take this test. We know that it's $238 for the registration, $207 for the reporting system, and $45 a piece for each school you wanna send it to. So it's a pretty penny. And we also know that you're coming out of college, maybe you're working, maybe you're not. We don't know your financial situation. And in these videos we want to highlight resources for you. And we want to give you the facts. We want to charge you with knowledge. So you have 2 options. You can either pay for it out of pocket. You could be diligent and have saved, while in school, and you're ready to take this. You may say, I knew what my career is. I knew I always wanted to be a lawyer. I've been saving my birthday money. I've not been going out. I've not been eating out. I've not been doing X, Y, Z, and I'm paying for it out of pocket. pocket. Or you could say, I could pay for out of pocket, but I also qualify for a waiver. Or you just qualify for a waiver. So both of these options are for you. As I've said before, throughout this series, we're going to continue talking about the LSAT process and what it looks like for you, the resources available for you, and we're going to go from there. And in the next video, we're going to talk about other things that relates to the LSAT. And we're going to talk about other costs. These costs are costs such as tutoring, books, courses, in-person, online, self-study, all these costs that add up and build to your LSAT experience. Once again, my name is Ted Delsima, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at info@wdfjba.org, or you can find us on socials. That's Instagram, that's LinkedIn, or Facebook. I'll see you at the next video, and we'll chat soon.